Hey there, it's Mako. So glad to see you here. I'm back from a little break that I took this January, and I don't know about you, but I'm so over this gloomy weather, finally need some sunshine. I feel like it always takes so much more effort to stay positive and feel energetic without any sun outside. Can you relate, or is it just me? I think this was one of the reasons why I felt like I'm in a rut the past January, and this was such a strange feeling. Have you ever felt like you want to do something, you feel motivated and excited, but whenever you're about to work on a project or something else where you need to be productive, you just feel like you run out of fuel. Instead, you rather want to hide from your to-do list, lay on your couch, and be lazy. And it's exactly how I felt the last few weeks. I wrote down things I wanted to do, but I kept moving them around on my calendar, I procrastinated, and I didn't understand what was going on. And the more time passed, the more anxious I felt about the fact that I haven't made progress and I didn't upload anything on YouTube or Instagram. And I feel like nowadays with social media, it's so easy to feel like you're falling behind or that everything will fall apart if you stop posting. You see all the people being so active, doing all these amazing things, while you look at your phone and ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? Especially with social media that wants you to be constantly active and to produce content. Your passion for something can easily turn into stressful work. It's not about having fun painting, creating something, and expressing yourself in a creative way anymore, but more about what you can post next. Especially when it's your job, you have this constant pressure. And this is one of the downsides of being your own boss because everything relies on you. And to be honest, I think I was just so burned out. The year ended and 2020 started with new paperwork, new projects, new deadlines that I just felt like doing nothing at all. And the reason for that, I believe, is that I haven't really given myself any time to just recharge and relax, like fully recharge and relax. Even during Christmas time and after New Year's Eve, I was constantly working on something because I had these deadlines and I wanted to finally create my first online course and launch it. I love being my own boss and work from home, but I'm terrible at giving myself boundaries sometimes. I would spend the whole day working. If I don't actively work on something, I think about work. I sometimes get asked about how to turn your hobby into your full-time job and be happy. And most of the time, people assume it's just that you need to work hard and then you need to be lucky. But the truth is, it's more important to have systems in place that will help you not only achieve your goals, but also that will allow you to continue doing the work and having fun doing it without burning out. And I think I completely neglected that the past couple of months. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in being productive. That's why I decided I need to make fueling my body and mind a priority again. At the end of the day, life is a marathon, not a sprint, and it's important to pace yourself so you don't lose yourself along the way. It's important to fuel your body so you feel energized, healthy, and happy, and also to fuel your mind by learning new things, reading inspiring books, and just recharging the creative tank. And the first thing I did, and it was so refreshing, I took an online class to learn how to paint with watercolors. Yes, that's right. I wanted to simply learn something new, improve my own skills, and just see how other people paint, what tips they have, and just doing something completely different. And I felt such a spark in me that I was missing for a long time. I realized I simply didn't give myself time to just paint for fun, to learn, not for a video, not for sharing it on social media, just for me. And as I said earlier, because of social media, we can end up comparing ourselves to others and their progress, but we also start focusing on what can we post next and what people would say about our work. So taking time to simply creating art just for yourself to reconnect with your inner artist can be so healing. And in order to help you by giving you ideas or showing how to create something, I simply need to make time to grow as an artist as well, so I can keep sharing all my new insights so we can learn together. And another thing that got me excited again is simply trying out new art supplies. One of my favorite brands just recently released liquid watercolors that are pigment based, so I had to get a few colors and I immediately started playing around with them and it was so much fun. And I think just those two things can make such a difference. If you feel like you're in a creative rut and funk that you don't feel like excited anymore, try to learn something completely new and play around with new art supplies. Sometimes we can simply get bored by the same routine of doing something, painting the same thing, or using the same techniques that we don't feel excited about our passions anymore. And this can start a whole new cycle of, why am I not liking it anymore? What am I supposed to do instead? So keeping things exciting is super important, and for some reason I completely forgot about it. And one of the other things that made me feel excited again is just playing with colors and shapes. Sometimes we can get caught up in creating something and making it look a certain way that, again, we're not creating art for fun and to enjoy the process, but we rather focus on the outcome. And this can be really stressful and paralyzing, and all these things add up. So what I did, I simply opened my sketchbook that you can see here and started having fun with some of my new art supplies. I focused on colors and shapes and just doodled something. It felt so refreshing and relieving. Looking at how colors mix together, how they overlap and create new colors is just so fascinating to me. And I believe sometimes we just put way too much pressure on ourselves when it comes to what we should paint, that doodling simple things might look strange. But it's important to give yourself permission to just doodle, play around with colors and shapes, and just really, we can just paint anything we want. It doesn't have to look a certain way, it doesn't have to be a certain thing. We can just have fun with colors. Who said it's less quote-unquote worthy? It's a creative expression and can be healing as well. So I think it can be so therapeutic and it might be exactly what you need in a particular moment. Which brings me to the next point, and that's connecting with other people. I feel like the less I post or interact with you, the more disconnected I feel. Whenever I post a new video and can chat with you in the comments, it makes me so happy. I feel like we're in this together, we're friends, we're chatting, we hang out, things feel more exciting again. So if you feel like you feel isolated with your hobby, why not just join a Facebook group so you can connect with like-minded people, ask for advice, see what they're doing, and simply get inspired. We as human beings simply need people around us from time to time. And if we don't have this connection to other people, it's super easy to fall into a creative rut or just feel unmotivated and uninspired to do anything. So it's really important to talk to other people and connect. Another thing that I will work especially hard on this year is to give myself time and space to recharge, to fuel my body and mind so I can actively refill my creative tank, which I mentioned earlier. And what I mean by that in particular is that it means saying no to more things and only saying yes to things that are important and bring me joy. Otherwise, I will end up feeling burnt out again. Marie Forleo just recently posted a quote on her Instagram saying, "Commit to, not overcommit," and that's totally what I will do. Spreading yourself too thin only means having less time for anything and going crazy. I think nowadays it's more important than ever to take care of your body and mental health. If we don't take care of ourselves, we won't be able to feel inspired, creative, and motivated to do anything. You might feel like you're in a creative rut or in a funk right now, but maybe the only thing you need to do is taking a break, taking something off your plate, and simply not being so hard on yourself. As I said earlier, we all need to establish systems and frameworks for ourselves that will help us keep going. I'm still in the process of developing new and better habits and see what works best for me, but I'll take you on this journey with me, so hopefully some of the insights will help you as well. This month is all about self-care and getting out of a rut, so next week we're going to play around with different art mediums. I sometimes get asked what art medium is the best, watercolors, gouache, pastels, or something else. The truth is, they're all great because they all have their own personalities, they might challenge you, and it's exactly what you need to feel motivated and excited again. And you also need to use them in a certain way, which is also very fun. And sometimes it's exactly what you need to get out of a creative rut and over your art block. So I really hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!